So this guy is about to make things a whole heck of a lot worse on the U.S. economy and his own state. Let's go ahead and figure out how he's going to do that right after this. Welcome back after the break, everybody. Mike Petras here, your Star Realtor of Star and the Treasure Valley, back again with another educational video to go ahead and talk about how Gavin Newsom's inflation relief checks out in California is really going to kind of add to inflation. So let's go ahead, let's dive into that. But of course, before we begin, if you are looking to relocate to a better state, as in Idaho, please feel free to reach out to me today. Also, please feel free to visit my website. You can find all the links below in the description. And also, if you're looking to make a relocation here too as well, please look in that description for the relocation guide right here to the Treasure Valley. And I look forward to helping you when you are in need for real estate services out here in the Treasure Valley area. So let's talk about Gavin Newsom. Here we go. So as if the inflation problems aren't bad enough here in the U.S. currently, this genius decides to go ahead and float a bill to Californians for $308 billion from their state budget in June, which we all know the state of California doesn't have anyway because they are massively in debt, to deliver direct tax funds to 23 million Californians. So how is that going to go ahead and keep installing to inflation? Well, first off, before we go ahead and tackle that question, let's go ahead and let's dive into really how much these Californians are going to be getting. The one-time payment known as the middle class tax refund, it will be automatically delivered to California residents starting October 7th, so this upcoming Friday through January 15th of 2023. It anticipates that 95% of all payments will be issued before the end of the year. But not everybody's going to be getting this payment. Of course, if you make over $500,000 a year, you're not going to be seeing anything. But what I really kind of want to focus on here is let's talk about, say, somebody like me that's single and say they make up to $75,000. How much are they really getting out of all of this $308 billion of funds that they're just going to go ahead and print and disperse? Well, really $350. Okay, $350, that's not a lot of money. So what are you going to be able to do? Go to the grocery store if you're a single person, like I am, which my bill could very well be around $150, $160 here, maybe in the state of Idaho, to be able to go and feed myself, for a month. That might get me a couple of shots at the supermarket. But if I decide to go to, say, the gas station in California, which gas prices now are sitting at about $6.40 on the national average in California, that's really only going to get me 54.75 gallons of gas. And considering the F-150 that I drive personally, that's 33 gallons of gas every time I fill it up. It's not going to get me very far. So where's really the benefit in here? There really isn't. But of course, there's more. Of course, if you have dependents in the state of California, you get a little bit additional more. It says right here, an additional $350 for the bottom income bracket, $250 for the middle income bracket, and $200 for the top income bracket. But you do not receive more money for each additional dependent, like say that you did with the CARES Act back a couple of years ago. So the basic goal here is to give some sort of relief here to your average everyday California taxpayer and worker. So let's briefly take a look at the financial position here of what California has going on. They're sitting at $548 billion in debt. And on top of that, their debt to GDP ratio is one of the highest in the nation. In fact, their overall debt in the state of California is the fifth largest in the nation overall. But their debt to GDP ratio is sitting at 16.25%. So again, this money is coming out of thin air. In comparison, let's go ahead and let's take a look at better run states like Idaho. For example, our debt is only sitting at $6 billion with a debt to GDP ratio of only sitting at 6.9. Our total unemployed is some of the lowest in the nation, sitting at only 1.17%, where California right now is sitting at a whopping 3.17%. And overall, the average debt per citizen here in the state of Idaho is much better than what you're going to get in the state of California. So what do we know about inflation, and really, how is this just really a bad idea overall and going to continue to the problem? Well, really, the definition of inflation is that there's too many dollars up there buying up too little products. And we do know that if you look at the supplies that the U.S. has had, we know that it hasn't exactly caught up. We still have supply shortages everywhere. And much like the CARES Act and the stimulus of people getting money, they're just going to turn around, take that money, and they're going to go ahead and most likely buy up products that don't exist with it, making this issue compounding. Really, $308 billion to introduce is not a good idea, and it really does not help out Jerome Powell and what he is trying to do with the FFR, the federal funds rate, in order to bring the demand down to meet the supply to get price stabilization. So all in all, really, in a nutshell, the state of California is putting their best leg out forward to make inflation even harder and make it a harder job on Jerome Powell overall. So not a good idea. You want to get out of that state, feel free to give me a call. Love to help you out with that. Let's go ahead and talk about this in summary. So thank you, Gavin Newsom, for making inflation continue to be inflation. And we all do know that $308 billion is most likely it's going to be spent. It's going to be thrown out there. It's going to be more dollars for everything. And it's generally going to make things worse when it comes down to Jerome Powell's job of trying to fix this inflation problem in the first place. So if you're tired of this, and you're tired of this, along with this, these bozos' policies, and especially this bozo, so let's get you relocated to Idaho, where you don't have to deal with a lot of that, and you have your constitutional rights. So if you're looking to buy or relocate right out here to the Treasure Valley, feel free to reach out to me today. I can be reached at 208-715-STAR. Again, that's 208-715-7827. And if you're looking to begin your home shopping experience today, please visit my website at www.yourstarrealtor.com. Also, again, if you're looking to make a relocation right here into the Treasure Valley, please click in the description below. Download my free relocation guide so that way you're in the know before you decide to make the move. Lastly, please hit that subscribe button below. Click on the notification bell. Also, please leave a comment. Would love to hear your thoughts about all of this, but I look forward to the day that we speak. Thank you so much again for watching this video. I look forward to that day. Look forward to calling you my neighbor. God bless. Until then, thank you so much. Bye-bye.